Welcome back, everyone, to the Practical Alchemist channel. I'm Meg, and it's nice to have you here if you've never been here before. Couple things to expect or not expect. I've been trying to record videos as the inspiration strikes because I've been feeling a strong pull to get my ideas out there in recent months. And sometimes I'm in the middle of something and can't really set everything down to record, and other times I feel a little bit insecure about the way I look and like not being assembled or have any makeup on. Something that I think we can all relate to, but this one particular concept keeps cropping up, and there have been too many synchronicities this morning for me to ignore that I need to talk about this at long last. And so this discussion will be on the distinction between jealousy and envy, and how you can alchemize jealousy into something that is useful for you. 111, as I say that. Somebody's angel number is 111. So when I think of the words jealousy and envy, they have different emotional undertones, or they have different implications in my mind. They might, excuse me while I clear my throat, they might mean something different to you, but to me, when I think of jealousy, I think of I'm scrolling on social media and I see someone that has what I don't, or has something I want but don't have, or I see someone doing something that initially feels like a pang of like, I wish I could do that. And then it's immediately followed by a sense of cringe. Like, what makes them think they have the right to do that? And that's how it comes up for me. So for my definition of jealousy, it comes down to a feeling of someone has something I don't, someone has something I want, but don't have. But also it makes me feel an ill will towards them. 222 on the clock as I say that. Some ill will towards them, or some icky feeling of I hope it doesn't work out for them. And I've really worked on that in the last couple of years to really try and make myself aware and alchemize that into a friendly sense of envy, which is defined in my dictionary as wanting something that someone else has, but while also wishing that person well and acknowledging that it's something that I can have too. I think that in the modern world we live in, there is a tendency towards jealousy because we have been entrained by the powers that be, the institutions that stand, that there's not enough of anything to go around. And I'm not trying to discount anyone's perception in their own life that they're feeling lack, right? Like, I know what it feels like to not have enough money. I know what it feels like to be hungry. I know what it's like to wish that I could buy this thing. I know what it's like to wish I had more of anything, more fun, more love, support, adventure, freedom, you name it. I've been there. So I don't want to diminish anyone's experience of lack as they experience that as to be their reality in that moment. But I do think when we lean into the idea of the extreme abundance of the universe, the extreme potential that exists in the universe and in the quantum field and quantum states, and we think about the abundance that this earth has to offer, with all of the jaded, lack feelings aside, really there's enough for all of us. And this idea is surfacing repeatedly in popular culture and in media and in news right now. There are a lot of folks coming out of the woodwork to say there's absolutely no reason that people over here should be going hungry. There's absolutely no reason that people over here can't get support for healthcare or childcare or whatever it is, right? There is enough to go around, and we tend to mismanage resources as a collective humanity. And so I think jealousy is tied to not only do I not have the thing that they have, but I can't have it because there's not enough to go around. And so if someone else has it, that means I can't have it. Or it means that if I get it, it's something special for me. No one else gets access to that. As an example, I have in the past felt this cringe feeling in my gut when I see someone being very free, open, vulnerable, lacking in insecurities online when they're doing content. And when I unpack that, I realize I want to feel that freedom. I want to feel so free to be audacious and just jump online and say the things that I think because I think someone else will benefit from them. And really unpacking that, alchemizing that jealousy is part of the reason why I'm here, 555 on the clock, talking to you right now, doing this in an open way, in a vulnerable way. And so if we can entertain the idea that there is enough to go around, and in fact, everyone can have what they want. I know it sounds wild. You got to be wildly optimistic on this channel sometimes. If there's enough to go around, then we can transmute that jealousy into an envy that is also hopeful and not only supportive of the other person, but it becomes a mirror, a reflection. That person has or is doing something that I deeply want or deeply want to be doing. That's a message from your soul saying, maybe this is a calling that we haven't explored yet. Maybe this is an opportunity that exists for us too, and we just haven't leaned into it. We haven't had the courage to lean into it. We haven't had the vulnerability to lean into it. So I would invite you to look at moments when you feel jealous and see if you can transmute them into moments of supportive envy that's like, okay, this is a message from my higher self, from my soul, from the universe, whatever entity you want to assign that task. I'm being told, okay, this is something that I want. And I can have it because there's enough abundance in the universe that I can have it. And so it becomes a process then of saying, how do I go from my fear or my feeling of lack that I'm currently experiencing to a point where I feel like I have the thing that the other person wants? And I think we also have to be careful about making the distinction between concrete material things, like that person has a BMW and I don't, and the feeling associated with the thing. So if you've spent any time learning about manifestation techniques, there are multiple people out there teaching manifestation: Dr. Joe Dispenza, Eckhart Tolle, Abraham Hicks, all kinds of big names out there, people teaching manifestation. But it often boils down to focusing on the feeling of what you want instead of the thing that you want, right? So if you see somebody with that BMW and you're like, oh, I'm so jealous, I want a BMW. Is it that you want a BMW, or is it you want the feeling that you think having a BMW would give you? Which in most cases, when it's lacking, when you're wanting material things, it's, I feel lack and I want to feel abundant, right? To me, this BMW would represent, I feel wealthy. I feel like I have more than enough. I have more than enough in life, and therefore I have enough to provide myself with some luxury. Or, if you're jealous of someone's romantic relationship and you're like, man, I really want a boyfriend. I really want a girlfriend. I really want a person. I want to get married. The end state feeling of that desire is probably to feel loved and to feel seen and to be held and protected, or, put whatever emotion makes sense for you. But keep in mind that often the concrete end state that we envision, the car or the relationship or the bank account or the fame or whatever it is you're going for, really you're looking for that emotion to be provided by the thing, not the thing in itself necessarily. And so that's another way we can help ourselves to alchemize or transmute these feelings of jealousy into tactile goals for ourselves. Okay, I'm jealous of that person that has a romantic relationship. I want a romantic relationship. But is it that I absolutely need to have another person in my life to fulfill me, or do I just want to feel held and fulfilled and seen? Which, by the way, is something you can do for yourself, but maybe that's another talk for another day. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. I hope that you will experiment with opportunities to transmute your jealousy into a supportive envy that helps you to navigate your soul's path. I'm trying to remember now, there was another video that I wanted to link at the end of this. And if I remember what it was, I will, because it was relevant to the conversation. I will link the other video. But I hope this is helpful. And if it is, please leave me some feedback in the comments. Side note, you might notice I'm wearing a VP sweater. The Valkyrie Project is a wonderful nonprofit company that supports American military service women. And they're all great friends of mine and wonderful people. And I hope that if you're looking for an organization for your charitable giving this holiday season, 11/11 on the clock as I say that, I hope you'll go check out VP. It's a wonderful company. And I hope that you're enjoying your holiday season, whatever that means to you. And I look forward to talking with you again soon. Take care.